looking at the Oculus Quest 3 in all of its glory. Had this for about a month, and this is just my sort of views on the device, and I hope it's helpful to you. So first of all, if you're not familiar with VR headsets, there have been a number of different headsets over the years that have sort of materialized, like the TARDIS, and they've got increasingly better, obviously, as you'd expect. Years ago for Christmas, I remember getting one of those ones that you put your smartphone into and just being amazed by it. I even had, at one point, and maybe you've had one of these for my iPhone, it had like a case that you put it into, and it produced a sort of 3D image on the front of the phone. It's hard to explain. It's like it was a optical illusion, basically. But we've been striving for VR, haven't we? We want to be in a different world. But actually, the beauty of the Quest is, as you probably know, it brings into reality, augmented reality. So you can see VR, but at the same time you can still interact with the world, although it is a bit limited, and we'll come to that in a moment. But first of all, a sort of a brief description of the headset. It comes in a nice white box, like everything does. It's funny how they put so much emphasis on the boxes nowadays, when you put the box under your desk or you chuck it in the loft and forget about it. It's also, I find it quite annoying how when you watch a product launch now, how they tell you everything about what it's made of and the molecules of that alloy, and it's a bit over the top, isn't it? And I blame Apple for that, who were probably the first company to do that. It is important that it's well built, and this is pretty sturdy. The front is made from quite a solid plastic material. It's quite heavy. I know it's not as heavy as some of the other models, apparently, and I have got the Go somewhere around here, the original Oculus Go, but it's not too heavy. And actually, when it's on your face, if you adjust it right, it's actually it's okay. You can wear it for, I don't know, you can watch a movie as long as you've got your head leaning up against something, and you'll be alright with it. So inside, I don't know if you can see that, there's a little adjuster, and if you wear glasses like I do, you can you have to be very careful with it because it's not very strong. But you gently press the button and click it out. You might be able to hear this. There you go. Did you hear that? And it will bring that eyepiece out, so that if you wear glasses, there's space when your face is in the VR headset to still wear your glasses. The only downside I've found with that is you do get a bit of reflection. So obviously the light is being beamed from the eyepiece to your eyes, and if you're wearing glasses and it's coming through glass, then there does tend to be a little bit of reflection. And also from under where your nose sits, it doesn't completely seal, so there's still a bit of light coming from there. You can get rubber inserts that go in there to reduce that, but if you wear glasses, it is a bit more annoying. But I mean, you sort of soon forget, when you're wearing a VR headset, you soon forget that there are those small areas of light coming in, because you're so focused on what you're doing. So I've actually got is it the premium headset? I can't remember what they call head strap. So it comes with like a soft fabric-y headband, which is fine, but I know from previous experience that I tend to get neck ache wearing these things, so I wanted something that was going to be really comfortable. And this is pretty good. It has like an area at the back that sort of cradles the back of your head, and you've also got the adjustable Velcro on the top. You snap these on. If you're watching this, there needs to be a better way of doing that, because it does feel like you're going to break the headset every time you do it. So you have to snap these off and on, and it doesn't feel like it's good. It feels like you're going to break them, but it obviously doesn't happen. They're quite flexible. The part that actually sits against your face is this fabric sort of material, which you can see there, and it's all right. It's not the most comfortable thing I've ever had on my face, but it's certainly it's okay. I know, as I said earlier, lots of people replace these with different types of materials that are a bit softer, sometimes like a rubber is it rubber? Like a different sort of softer material. But I've not really found it to be an issue. So just to talk you around the headset, on the left hand side there's a USB-C port which you can charge it with. You see that? There we go. And you can also plug in a USB pair of headphones in there as well, I discovered. I put my Apple headphones in there and it works perfectly. You don't need to use headphones with this headset. Obviously it has the amazing sound that sort of comes through these two speakers, one there and one there. And that's actually very good, but to get the full immersion of VR you really do need to wear headphones. And then you've got the power button, which is just there, little power button which you have to press and hold for a few seconds. Underneath there's is that an iris adjustment, so you can, it keeps getting my face, there we go. So you can tell it, you can basically manually adjust how wide apart your irises are to get the image just right, which is really good. And on the bottom there's 3 little metal dots, which is for if you're charging it with the charging station. Then you've got the up and down volume there, and you've got some cameras. So you've got a camera there, there's a camera just there, and obviously you have, what was it, 1, 2, 3, 4 cameras and some more sensors right at the front there. You see those? There's an adjuster at the back, so when you've got it on your head, I'll pop it on, you put it in place, then you twist this back section or loosen it, and it either tightens or loosens it to your face. And it's very good, very effective. You know, it does what it says in the tin, although it doesn't come in a tin, it comes in a box. But you also obviously get these 2 little controllers which have haptic feedback, 1 for each hand, and they are excellent. They are absolutely brilliant. They're very comfortable to hold, they feel quite natural in the hand, and you get really good feedback from them in lots of the games and apps. They seem really good. They're not very heavy, and the battery, actually I've not replaced the batteries since I've got them. You can either get rechargeable batteries, or you just stick a couple of AA batteries in, which is what I did, AA batteries, and they seem to last forever. That's the headset. It's, as I say, it's fairly comfortable to wear. What about performance? What is it like? And to answer that, I'd have to say this is the most impressive bit of tech that I've ever used. And I've used a lot of tech. I remember the first time I got an iPhone just being blown away by what it could do. This is like that. You put this on, and I can't remember the name of the app. There's one of the sort of demonstration apps that comes preloaded onto the device, which is meant as an introduction to the headset. Basically creates this VR world in the room that you're in, and you have to fire and defend yourself against aliens, and the walls are cracking, and it's just incredible. And the quality, like when you're watching a film, so you can go into like a program like Big Screen, an app like Big Screen, and meet with loads of other people. It's just like being in a cinema. Like the quality is that good, you forget that you're in a VR headset, and it's just amazing. There is room for improvement, obviously, in it, but for the money, I think this is the best headset you can get when it comes to pass-through. And I know Apple are about, in a few months' time, they're going to release their Apple Vision, or whatever they're calling it. But that's $2,500, which is way too much money for most people. And I'm sure that Apple will be the new standard. I'm sure their pass-through will be incredible. But at the moment, this is the king. So if you're on the fence, like I was for quite a long time, thinking, well, is it really worth it? Is it that different? Maybe you've got the Oculus Quest 2. Or maybe you're still using one of those cardboard ones you got for Christmas 4 years ago and wondering, well, is VR all it's cracked up to be? Oh my word, this is so good. If you're sitting there thinking, should I go ahead? Should I not? I recommend it wholeheartedly. Don't delay. Black Friday's coming up. Be a good opportunity to bag yourself a bargain. Anyway, that's my very brief review of this headset, which for the past few weeks I've really been enjoying, and I haven't actually touched my PS5 while I've had this, which makes me wonder if this is the future of gaming. Anyway, do you have an Oculus Quest 3? What do you make of it? What do you think of it? Do you think this is the best headset on the market right now? Or do you think that's an exaggeration? Comment down below. Let me know what you think. And if you're not already, subscribe to the channel because you're going to see more content. Have a great day and see you soon.